Aloha and welcome to Showcase Hawaii, Hawaii's only home shopping show. I'm Wayne Nunez.
And I'm Lori Nunez.
We have another new product for you. I think you're going to love this. This is our Poai Hawaiian Scroll pendant. It's a beautiful, simple, eternity of kind of life, circle of life design. And that's what I really love about it. But that intricate scroll work all the way around those concentric circles makes it very unique and very eye-catching, but it's very simple too at the same time.
I like the simplistic design, and yet you've got that beautiful scroll design going all the way around. And then I do really love the symbolism of the circle, and like you were saying, the circle of life, eternity. You know, it really is something that captures the well wishes that you're trying to gift to someone. You know, you're wishing them well, and whether you're wearing it yourself or gifting it. And I think I just love the design, and you can see that it's got a really nice bail. So it does come with the chain, but if you had a thicker chain, you could wear it. It would fit as well.
It would. This is 0.925 sterling silver. So it is a precious metal, and it's beautifully engraved on the front there. It's approximately 7/8 of an inch, so it's right under an inch. With the bail, it's a little bigger. It's about 1.25 inches. And then you have that 18-inch adjustable chain. So if you want to wear it a little higher or a little lower, you can. But I think that Hawaiian scroll design, there's a lot of Hawaiiana in this because the culture of the lei and celebrations and the fact that it has just these elements that are actually quite beautiful and stunning, but in that simple design. That's what I really love about it.
Can we also talk about the size? Because I think it helps people to know, and you can see that I'm wearing it, and that it is a very nice, flattering, elegant size that would go with a lot of different things. I know, I can feel it. You're already thinking about all the different things you can wear it with, and all the people in your life that it would look great on.
Well, any age could wear this too. That's what I love about it, because it's so simple. You know those Chinese jade pendants?
That's what it was making me think of.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that because of that simple design. Now, the engraving on the front that's intertwined around between the two circles, it's done in such a way, it has a bit of a bling factor where it looks like it has cubic zirconia or something in it. But when the light hits this, it's quite beautiful.
It's just the way it's cut.
Exactly. The way it's cut, it's quite beautiful. But we really, when we saw this, we thought, oh, we really got to feature this, because I think a lot of people are going to love this. You have other things in your collection that you know will go with this.
Well, you have a lot of you out there who are layering your design, so this would be good where you could layer it with other necklaces. But also, a lot of you will tell me that, oh, I've been stacking my bracelets, so you have a lot of bracelets, but you want something to complement that. So you've got a lot of bracelets you're wearing, and then now you can wear a scroll design, and it looks so good. And it really, I was thinking about, I always talk about this because whenever I'm wearing something, I think, oh, this would look really good if, you know, I was wearing a turtleneck, or if I was wearing a collar, or, you know, if you had a V-neck and then this was just against your skin. And that's the other thing about the kind of cutout design. And you can see it's a little bit smaller than a quarter. But so, for example, you can see the color of what I'm wearing coming through the design, but if it was against your skin tone, then it's going to look a little bit different on everyone, because everyone's skin tone is slightly different. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's a good point. Not only is the circle, it's all the way through cut out, but behind the lei,
you can see,
or that scroll work, it's also cut out. So you will see whatever color you're wearing behind it, you will see it coming through it, and then it just gives it that pop. But that simple design, you know, there's a trend going around that people are starting to revert to minimalism.
Yes.
And I know as we get older, we want to clear out things so we're not burdening our daughter with all this stuff, you know, that she is not interested in. It's so funny that what was important back in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s, like china, let's say, or a china cabinet holding all that china that nobody ever uses anymore.
You mean the plates and
the
dishes,
yeah,
the whole
exactly.
set, dining set.
The whole set of china that you used to have.
I like it. It's beautiful.
But
you
how
just
often
find,
do you use it?
Right.
So a lot of people are paring down and making things very simple. Their wardrobes are simple. Their design in their house is simple, and they're even, you know, their jewelry is simple.
Well, you know, I mean, you're kind of referring to too, if you have a lot of clutter, then it's kind of cluttering up your mind. But it's not even clutter. It's just if you have a lot of things that you're not using, then you just have to care for it, think about it, find a place to put it,
exactly,
or move it, or, you know, and so there's been a lot of conversations about how to simplify and how to, you know, utilize the things that you have, or, you know, have someone else use it. So, you know, it's so funny. Our daughter was clearing out some items as well, and there was, you know, like a stuffed animal. And for me, it brought back a lot of memories of her childhood. And she was saying, oh, I think it'd be good to let another child enjoy it. You know,
so she was over it within like 20 seconds. She was like, I'm ready to give this out.
Right, which is good.
Somebody walks in the room and sees it and hears that she's getting rid of it. And she's like, oh.
Well, I'm thinking it has sentimental value to me. But
not our daughter whose item it was. It's to Lori, who gave it to her when she was little, and she wanted to hang on to it.
So it's hard. I know it's hard to let go of some things, but if it does make you happy to see it or to have it, then yes, definitely keep it. But what we're talking about is just simplifying to, you know, even within your jewelry pieces, maybe I have a lot of customers saying, oh, I'm gifting certain jewelry pieces to my granddaughters or my daughters, and I think that's nice because they can enjoy it and they can wear it instead of it sitting in a jewelry box. And so here's something. It's a simple yet elegant design. It's very affordable but looks much more expensive. So if you were to buy it for yourself, it's something you're going to wear, you're going to enjoy, and feel good about it. You know, you haven't spent thousands of dollars on it, but it looks very expensive.
Well,
and you can enjoy it.
Right, and that's what I want to point out. It looks like something that is either white gold or platinum, and you want something. It's funny because with less expensive jewelry or costume jewelry, you can kind of tell it's a costume piece. But with this piece, you don't know if it's what we're featuring it for at that price or if it's a $300 or $400 piece.
Right.
That's what we love about a lot of the pieces that we design and that we feature, because they're not only simple, but they're timeless. They tell a story, and they're elegant enough to dress up or dress down. And that's what this piece does. It really has a lot of presence, and it is a statement piece, but it's simple and it's subtle at the same time, and that's what I love about it too.
So this is our Poai Lei Hawaiian Scroll pendant. It is 0.925 sterling silver. It's about 7/8 of an inch, you know, it's a circle. And then it does include this beautiful sterling silver chain, which is adjustable. What I love about that is you can always use the chain with other, you know, pieces that you have. But I really like the ability to adjust the length to whatever I'm wearing. And it also makes a very complete gift. When you're gifting it to someone, you're not just gifting them the pendant, you're gifting them something that they can immediately put on and enjoy.
It's really beautiful. We have to actually keep reminding you that this is a great item.
Yes.
And it's super affordable. And it comes with the chain.
Right.
And it's great for a woman or a man.
Yes.
Or a younger person.
Yes.
But we have so many different options because this is customizable. It's our Hawaiian Scroll 14 karat gold plated over sterling silver vertical bar pendant. Now, actually, a lot of people like a longer chain.
Yes.
But I want to point out, because this bar itself is about 1.5 inches
2 inch and 3/4
to 1 inch and 3/4, it falls very long. So believe it or not, I'm wearing an 18-inch chain, and look where it falls. It falls in the perfect V.
Right in your collar line.
Exactly. And I only have one button undone. Oh, actually, maybe I have 2 buttons undone. Now, if I was to do it low, number one,
You probably go shorter.
and you couldn't handle it. So I would basically I'd just be too much if I had it down lower. But this 18-inch is a perfect length chain, and my neck is a bigger neck. So I want you to know, for all the guys, if you're wondering, this is what an 18-inch chain with the vertical bar pendant looks like. Now on Lori, she's wearing an adjustable chain.
Right, and I want to point out too, what you're seeing on your screen is there's different styles you can pick from. So what you see is the raised gold, and then it's the cutout Miley leaf edge, and then on the back of the pendant you can have something nice engraved, and it makes it so special because the person you gift it to will always treasure and cherish that message from you. Now, it's also available in sterling silver. That's 0.925 sterling silver. You can see that this is also a Miley cutout, and it's just beautiful because it gives you that option. There's those of you that love sterling silver, and then those of you that want to have that cutout design in the gold plated. But this one does have the flower, and then this one now has the honu.
We keep
So
switching
there's so
on you.
many.
It's funny because we get a lot of callers that call in and they say, I just saw this. Oh, wait, it's on the it's on the screen. It was on the screen.
Right.
Oh, but it
They
was this.
changed it.
They changed it. So we like to cycle through our photos, but if you see something you like, you could take a picture with your phone. We've
Right.
had people take a picture with their phone and text it to us. We have so many options when you're customizing this.
Right.
Not only can you customize it with your name, but the design style that you could customize it with, we can do it. Now, if you have a special request, it's not extra. You just need to tell us.
Right.
And we can reach out to our engraver that we have here in Hawaii, and we could ask them. But you could see here, it's almost a 2-inch with the bail. It's almost a 2-inch long piece.
I think the thing about custom pieces is the person that you gift it to knows that you went through and took the time to figure out what to put on the pendant. So for example, you've got the ku'uipo, which is sweetheart in Hawaiian, and you have the cutout with the raised gold lettering, or you have the traditional black lettering with a straight edge.
With the holidays coming up, I think that this is a great gift because, well, people are looking for something personal.
Right.
And they want something affordable, something that's kind of Hawaiiana, and then it comes with the chain. That's always a bonus.
That is a huge bonus, and it's not just any chain.
Yeah, we upgraded the chain.
Right, it's a gold-filled 18 karat, 18-inch rope chain.
Right.
So what I think is appealing about this piece is that, like you said, it's custom, so you can personalize it. You can put any name you want on the front. Some people even put initials or their last name or a nickname. And then just for $15, you could do a very nice engraving on the back. So some people might do a message or a heart shape. But I think that this vertical design is very flattering.
Yeah, I think for men and women, it's flattering.
Right.
Even somebody younger, they'd really love it. But we've had so many people order them initially, and then like, oh, you know what? I thought of somebody else.
Right.
I'm going to order it for them.
Yes.
And then they keep ordering it with us every year. Now, this is the gold-plated. We also have it in the silver. The gold-plated is over 0.925 sterling silver.
Yes.
So just so you know, it is that precious metal underneath the gold plating. But you can also get it in the sterling silver just without any plating.
And it's electronically plated, so it's going to stay.
Right.
And I think that's the question we get a lot. So here's a really nice way of making it personalized. And so you have the heart shape, and then you can write your message. And there's so many messages. Some are too personal to put on, or some have very special meanings. But let me just point out to you that this is where, you know, you have your choice of how you want the lettering. So this is raised gold. And then it's got that myli leaves along the edge and a flower on top. And all of those are optional. This one has a scroll on top and a scroll on bottom. Of course, you could just do scroll on top.
Right.
Or just do scroll on bottom.
Or a flower just on top. But there's so many different combinations and choices that you could make that, you know, if you don't see anything on the site, give us a call or text us or message us, I should say, and ask, because it doesn't hurt to ask.
And you can even write in the notes, oh, I'd like to have scroll on the bottom, flower on top, if you know, are trying to figure out what you want. And I think that it just shows the person that you're gifting it to that you really had to think about it. You had to plan this in advance.
Well, it's funny because some of the people that call in, even, they know the name. Well, I gotta say though, we have had a few people call in and they're sure that they know how to spell the name, and it turns out to be wrong.
Well, and I'm going to say nowadays, but we talk about this, right? It's every generation has their creative own kind of journey with their names and everything else they do. So you'll come up with a really creative name, but then grandma has a little difficult time remembering the spelling, or that it's so different. And so I don't know. It happens. I mean, we've seen that in our own family when someone isn't quite sure how to spell a certain name.
Usually, though, it's funny because if we see a name that we're thinking, oh, I don't know if they spelled it right, we'll usually give you a call and we'll ask to confirm the name. And I think people really appreciate that because they know they have an unusual name, and we want to make sure that we're spelling it right. Some people use all capital letters, and that looks interesting too.
Right.
You have to really watch out though. If you're going to use all capital letters, you have to. We'll work with you to make sure that it's legible, because there's a lot of flourishes. In the capital letters.
Now this is the beautiful and traditional black enamel lettering
with the myli.
Yes, so very, very pretty. And I think the fun part is just deciding how you want to make it, and yours is not going to look like anyone else's, because it is all hand engraved by our local master engraver.
Even if you had two people with the same name, it's not going to look the same, because
it's
like
handmade,
you said,
locally.
Handmade.
Yeah. And then you know, depending on the length of the name, and some people have names with just a few letters, and then other people have names with a lot of letters. So our engraver, he is really good at this. I mean, he's been doing it for over 30 years. And
I want to point that out, what you said. Depending on how many letters you have, we can go up to, this will hold up to 8 letters. If you go over the 8 letters, there is an additional charge. But it's funny, we found most people fit within that 8-letter range.
Seems to work.
It does seem to work, which is nice. But the 18-inch chain hangs very nicely. For me, I could even wear an 18-inch chain because the pendant falls right in the V of my collared shirt. And for you, this is where it falls a little lower than your collarbone.
Right, which is perfect.
It is perfect.
I like it.
But it depending on who's wearing it, it's going to look different too.
Now, for any occasion, we have had this gifted for graduations, for birthdays, you know, for the holidays, for anything that you want for that person to find it memorable, I think. Because every time they look at it, and every time they get a compliment when they're wearing it, And every time they read the back engraving, they're going to think of you.
It's very easy to order. You could give us a call at 888-965-7467.
Or 808-892-3337. Looking for Hawaii-inspired items at affordable prices? Watch Showcase Hawaii at 6:30 a.m., 3 p.m., and 12:30 a.m. every day on Spectrum Channel 1016.
Now this is a new piece. It's our Miley Leaf Lei cubic zirconia necklace. It's very pretty. It has an integrated chain, so it has that kind of a horizontal format, but it also feels like a lei.
I like the
way
softness.
the leaves are laying.
I like the softness of it. Handling it, I wasn't sure if it was going to be where the shape is already defined. Where it's already a U shape.
Oh, yeah, it's set.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't.
But it actually moves, and it's very, very pretty. I'm really impressed with this piece.
So each set of those cubic zirconia leaves on that Miley Lei are linked individually. You can see up close. But the cubic zirconia they make cubic zirconias now
it's so impressive.
It's super impressive. They're man-made, but they look almost like a real diamond.
Right.
And that's what I really love about it. Now, when you're watching, you could see all that bling and that shine to it. And that's what's really going to catch people's attention.
Yes.
This is an 18-inch adjustable chain. Lots of cubic zirconia stones in this, but it's very, very dramatic when you're wearing it. But it doesn't feel too fancy.
Right. It's interesting. I was trying to find the words to describe the feeling because it looks very expensive, yes, and it's very delicate, but I don't mean that in a way that it's not a strong piece.
Right.
It's like it's a nice size, and I could just imagine a lot of different people wearing it and enjoying it.
I think what people would like to do with this particular one, because it has such a nice line to it, you could probably layer it with a couple different necklaces.
Oh, right.
And it would bring a lot of attention to whoever's wearing it because it would complement whatever you're wearing.
And that's very in now.
Yeah, maybe it's a pendant. Maybe it's our plumeria pendant. That would look nicely with this.
Oh, right, leaves and
but
flowers.
if you kind of are into that layering, this is light enough where you can layer it with the rest of your necklaces, and it's not going to feel like it's too much.
Right, and the fact that it's an adjustable chain gives you even more options.
Right, so if you want to wear it higher like a choker or lower, and then layer the other ones above it, you can do that too. Any way you wear it, it's going to look beautiful if you want to wear it as a single piece or with other pieces. Now, let's say you want a pair of earrings to match with that. So these are our plumeria petal cubic zirconia earrings. You could feel like you're out in nature. You'll have your Miley Leaf Lei necklace and your plumeria petal cubic zirconia earrings. Now, this is a close-up. You could see each leaf is made out of a different cubic zirconia stone.
Wow, I'm impressed. It looks like diamonds.
Yeah, little diamonds.
So that's
and
pretty good.
Really great price. You could see as different light hits it, it kind of changes the color of the stones.
Right.
This is gold plated over 0.925 sterling silver.
So it's the same earring we just saw.
It's the same earring, but it's
that.
a super close up, and you could see that 0.925 sterling silver on the post. A lot of people get earrings and they might say sterling silver, but for some reason, some companies don't put the post as sterling
and that's
silver.
the most important part.
Exactly.
That's
that is
the part
most
that's going through your pierced ear that you want.
Right. So this is approximately 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
And it's going to look really great on your ear. Again, we are talking about kind of a dainty look with the prior pieces. This would fall under that. You could see the blinging when it spins around. Look at the depth to each one of those petals and that kind of icy look to the stones.
So this is when I like wearing a post, because you have a lot of that focus coming to just that piece right there. And it's staying put because it has so many cuts in the CZ that it's going to capture the light.
Well, I think too, you were talking about how you'd like to wear these when we're traveling because they look so expensive.
Right.
But if you happen to drop one, leave them in the hotel or something like that, or
Right.
maybe we see a relative and they really like them and you want to give them to them, then you don't feel so bad and you could do that. So this is our Nui 22 millimeter Plumeria Solitaire CZ ring.
When we got this,
It was pretty dramatic.
I love it. And, we have so many customers saying that they like wearing rings on different fingers, all their fingers. And so I tried this on each finger and I really like it.
Well, like you said, the ones that we featured in the past are more Manini style. They're smaller and kind of dainty.
Yes.
This is a statement piece. This
Right.
will get attention, and it really highlights the simplicity and the symmetrical shape of the leaves. It's almost like a perfect plumeria flower. Then you have that solitaire CZ in the center, and you have your choice. You could get gold-plated, silver, or rose gold, and all of them look great.
Right. Well,
And you should add it to your collection.
Well, I was going to say, it's interesting you should say how it looks like the actual flower. And I'm always looking, we're so fortunate here in the neighborhood, wherever you go out, we see the plumeria everywhere. And there's so many different variations. That's why I love how we have it in the gold-plated, rose gold-plated, and silver. Because again, in nature, there's so many different plumeria flower variations. But I love this design with the polished edge, and then you've got the brushed interior petals. And it looks very expensive on, and it really is a nice accent, I think. And, I've had both men and women say, I don't know my millimeters. So let's talk about that 20 millimeter.
22 millimeter.
22 millimeter.
Right. So it's almost an inch. It's 7/8 of an inch.
Perfect
but it's,
timing with the ruler.
It's almost an inch. You can see it's quite large. Well, we hope you were able to get in on one of these great deals today.
The ordering process is so fast and so easy. So log on to showcasehawaii.tv.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.